Hey Tommy, thanks so much for joining us. I've seen some lovely threads on Twitter that people have put up of everyday things that they've been missing. What are some of those for you?
Um, I don't think I'm missing any of it.
No? You
No,
seem pretty happy. I'm
I've
getting
thrived under lockdown. I think I've just taken it, and I'm probably like I'm lacking a little bit in like facial maintenance and stuff. So maybe like that can be an after lockdown thing where I might just sort of have a trim up and maybe look a bit more human again. Um, but you know, things are nice, like going out and getting a coffee or going for a drive and stuff. But if I really think about it, I'm like, I'm absolutely fine. I'm, I'm doing fine here.
I love it. Actually, with the hair, you're just on point for lockdown. You don't have to worry about the haircuts or anything.
Well, exactly. Yeah, maintenance has been at a very low level, really. So it's just the problem comes when it's like gets to lunchtime and like Claire points out, I've got like a bit of granola left in my beard or something. We started strong on the TV front, and then that like it's whittled away. But I think we'll definitely like get started again.
Yeah.
We watched all 3 seasons of Ozark in about. I think that should really take you a long time, but it took us about a week.
Oh
Like,
wow.
yeah,
They're long episodes as well.
yeah, we kind of we overdid it. So now we need something else. Um, I thought I would cook a little bit more. Like I did say to Claire, I said to my wife that like maybe I could sort of like just help you cook or make dinner and everything. And I did one meal and then decided this probably isn't for me, and I haven't tried it since. So that one stopped pretty sharpish.
It's funny that, isn't it, that you think I'm not doing these hobbies or these things because I don't have time, and then you have time, you try it, and you're like, yeah, I'm just not doing this
Yeah,
because
there was a reason why I didn't do this stuff. It's actually really funny as well when you think. I mean, we've got all the time in the world at the moment, but then you have days where I feel like there's no time. I don't know whether I
yeah.
just, like doss around or something, but then end up like the day's gone.
Now, on the golfing front, what have you been doing to keep the game sharp, or what have you been managing to do?
Well, I don't know about sharp, but I do. I mean, I have a couple of things in my house so I can hit balls. I have a simulator and a putting green, and I've enjoyed doing that. I've not done it with any like intensity or anything like that, but it's been nice just being able to like clip some balls away at times or mess around in there with kids, and well, basically like kept in contact with everyone,
Yeah.
coaches and stuff, and friends from the tour, and um, yeah, so that's been nice. That's been good. I've watched a few sort of golf programs back, see if I can learn
Some
anything.
reruns.
Yeah, some reruns. There's plenty of reruns going on.
Majors have really been shifted around and cancelled in terms of the Open. As a Brit, how kind of gut wrenching was that?
Yeah, I think it was. It that was clearly like such a hard decision for the R&A, and a
Mm.
lot of thought went into it. I think the great thing is that it's not like I mean, the Open hasn't been played this year, but I think one of the key messages was that the 149th Open will take place. It's just
Yeah.
a year down the line, and I think it was important to look at it that way. And again, like no, we've never really been in this situation before, and I don't think there's any right or wrongs. It's just,
Mm.
and I certainly wouldn't like to be the one of them making the decisions about everything at the moment. So
So tough.
you just you respect whatever the decision is, and yeah, we'll still get to play the Open. It's just a year later.
Starting so late and everything being jam packed in together potentially as well.
Got to
How
play
will
well.
that be? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, mentally to go from major to major to major, potentially with Ryder Cup as well. I mean, that's going to be a lot, right?
Well, yeah, and it feels like it feels sort of silly to say that it'll be really mentally straining to have a few majors at the same time in a Ryder Cup, but it will. It's just it's different. It's competition at the end of the day, and the majors take a lot out of you, and especially if you happen to play well, which is of course what everybody wants to do. Everybody wants to be up there in contention, but that really will like you'll be tired at the end
Yeah.
of it. But I think but we don't know we don't know whether we'll be playing the US Open thinking, oh, this is amazing just to be playing golf, or like
Yeah.
in real competition mode. So it'll be again like you don't really know how we're going to feel, but I would quite happily take now being like knackered in December and having done well in them.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk Ryder Cup, because that's billed at the moment to still be in that same slot. But one of the rumours, I should say, that have been going around is maybe a fanless Ryder Cup. What are your thoughts on that?
It would be strange. I think I was like, when I did hear that, and I was kind of against it straight away.
Hmm.
But also, still, I think sport does have its place in society, or something as big as the Ryder Cup kind of would be a nice torch for like a change of, the times, and seeing us getting back to a better place. But it would seem, I've only played one, but after that one, it would seem very odd to play like in a very sort of quiet atmosphere. And yeah, I don't know, if I was to give my honest opinion, I would say it doesn't really feel right without fans.
Yeah.
But if they want to play it, again, I'm not going to be that person that says no, we're not playing.
No, I'm good on that. Yeah, I completely get that. On the one hand, the fans make it, but on the other hand, you want it to be this stand and torch of
Yeah,
resilience.
for sure. And every time the Ryder Cup comes around, it's the biggest sporting occasion in the world by miles. We're lucky enough to play in it, but part of why it is so amazingly great is the fans as well. So, like I say, it's both sides of the story are. It would be amazing to be playing golf, and be amazing to say the Ryder Cup's being played. Without fans, it just seems a little bit weird.
Now, you mentioned that you've only played one Ryder Cup. Obviously, that went pretty well for you.
Mhm.
Nice memories. How much have you, in this period of being at home, had a chance to reflect on the last few years? Because it all has been a little bit of a whirlwind for you. Have you really had time to digest everything and think on it?
Well, yeah, the last 2 or 3 years have been great. I feel like I played very well, very consistently. I would say I'm more of a uh, look forwards rather than backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's nice to look back on a few memories, and I think with some of the replays that have been on, so say the Ryder Cup in Paris, or I actually watched the Open from last year the other day, which I've like not wanted to watch at all. Like anytime
No?
it's been on, I'm like, I'm not going to watch that. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
But I watched that, and it's good watching golf. Actually, it's good watching even other tournaments that you weren't part of, and watch how they unfolded. And I feel like having the chance to watch, because in general we kind of play week in, week out, and when you do get away from it, you don't really feel like watching golf too much. You just want a
Yeah.
little bit of a rest from it. So
Yeah.
actually watching some tournaments and reruns, and seeing how tournaments unfold, or seeing what the winners do, and how they cross the line, is actually, it can be quite educational. Or sometimes it's like Tigers winning by 15 or something, and then you don't really learn too much from that. It was very, very good.
You just enjoy watching. What are some of
You
the
watch it and go, I probably wouldn't have won that one.
what are some of the things that have stood out for you? Like, it's interesting you say that when you watch it, you're getting some things from it. What are some of those things that stand out?
I think if you're ever watching yourself, I think you just watch your mannerisms, or the way you think. You can. I feel like I should remember some of the shots better, and how I was thinking over them. I remember hitting the shots, but actually going back and looking, what was I thinking there, or what was I doing? And in general, it's good just to watch how you were.
Mm-hmm.
And then the tournaments that you do watch in the majors, it's just interesting to watch just how sort of volatile the leaderboards can be at times. And sometimes things just open up for the guy that won. Sometimes there's somebody that just plays that good that nobody can beat him, or and sometimes it just doesn't happen for somebody else. But it's interesting just watching. And because when you're in those positions, you either win or you don't. And then you try and like look back and think, what could you have done better? But you never really look at what everybody else did, or what happened to them and stuff. So it is interesting watching a bunch of guys go at it.
Yeah, it's tough to see the big picture when you're
Yeah.
trying to win the tournament
Yeah.
itself. I'm going to finish up on your caddy, Ian Finnis. He's been doing some great work for the European Tour Caddies Association.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you tell a little bit more about that and what he's been doing and how people can get involved.
Finno just decided he wanted to help, our own industry and the caddies that were struggling, and completely understood what they're going through when sort of we started out, and I was playing terrible and, not making much. And so he originally just came up with the idea he's going to try and get a few prizes, do like a bit of a raffle and auction. I think it was £10 a ticket. and I think his first one raised 30,000.
Wow.
Which is, I mean, just the response was amazing, and then it went that good that like we thought we'd do it again, or he thought he'd do it again, and so many, there's so many golfers and caddies and members of the golf world that have got involved.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. If you want to get involved, check out Finno on Twitter. He's at FinnoEFC. All right, well, Tommy, thank you so much. It's been
Boys,
brilliant
thank
to
you.
chat to you. Keep enjoying lockdown, staying positive.
Will do, yeah. If it starts turning sour, I'll let you know. But I'm good so far.
Sounds great. We'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, Henny. Thank you.